All right, this is me again. I was going to tell you about someone and just come come to figure out. I might have been talking about this before, but I'm not sure. So what I'm gonna do is just think about that, saying I have been playing one of the new games I received just now. Have not really been listening to music much, so I can't be commenting on that. But having a good morning, no, maybe. Now this is what I think. If we look into this, this is the most recent game I received. Mm, it's a platformer, 3D platformer. It reminded me of two different games. The first one was the Sonic World segment um, in Sonic Jam. It's you know how you can move around. The dynamic is pretty straightforward, and what you do is pick up things. Here you jump on a lot of platforms, but I mean you have 10 minutes to get around. And I finished two of the levels first time starting, and I still find it a little bit difficult to know where to head at first because there are no arrows indicating where you should go. But it's such a nice atmosphere that if I could learn how to sit back and relax without having this countdown going. You know how it is in Sonic Sonic World. There is this you have to jump on a platform. It's a big button that you push down by jumping at it, and then you get a mission to pick up so and so many rings during that time frame. And it's like I like the idea. I like this. This is a good idea. It's not only bashing enemies. It's more like the the mode you're in when you play as one of the children in nights in the dream that you pick up things first and foremost, and then you have to hide for the clock that wants to wake you up, alarm clock. But apart from that, I also think this Penguin Ninja game or Ninpin Manumaru, I think it's a little bit like in how it feels, the way you gear your camera back and forth, and you can both run and walk. This is quite a lot like it reminded me of. Um, it reminded me of yeah, Croc, Legend of the Gobos. I think it was like that. It's a little bit like so. Um, it's a mix between this game, this Croc game, and the Sonic World segment. All right, so it's really nice. It's just I mean it's colorful, but like Croc, it's not in your face graphics. It's got as Croc has as Croc has in certain version the milder a mild tone in the color setting, and this is the same thing with this game. It is very colorful, but it's taking it easy. It's not blinding your eyes in any way. Actually, I think that we have been discussing before the issue of the handling of graphics uh, on Saturn games, which were also available on other systems. And that's one thing when I remember, although we used to have a demo of Croc on the PC and one home copied version. I think it was someone was sold it to us, some dude in Ireland. So I don't know. I just remember um, that um, the version in PlayStation for PlayStation is a bit more uh, intense in its colors. scheme. Whereas the Saturn one is milder in tone, and this game also has a mild tone. I don't know if you know better than I if this game has been released on some other platform, but I don't think so. It's very also when you focus on when to jump, you learn when the time's right. It can take a while to adjust to uh, if you run too far before jumping or if you jump too early. So, but then there's no violence involved here. You can get past enemies without actually hitting them, and this is a puzzle nature that this game has. Many different kind of platforms, and you need to go here, there, and everywhere to know actually where the end of the level is, and that can be a bit difficult. But I thought that was the same thing with the Burning Range game also, because Burning Range it was just that they have some indication of what to do from the voice navigation, but not really a lot to speak of all the time, because the key uh, issue with Burning Range that's the problem when you play is that the environment is very in this factory level is very yeah, it's grayish. It's not. I mean, this is a walk in the park more or less, just like Sonic World. So therefore, I enjoy these games in a special kind of way, even when the aim of the game is more simple to time your jumps and to find coins in this case, or rings as it is in Sonic World. I think those games are they offer something different, even though it's in the same 3D adventure format. They are quite different from one another. And I think this one is when I learn to sit back and relax big, I think I'm gonna enjoy it a whole lot more. And I don't know if you will have a fine easy time to find it, but like if you save up some money for a month, you plan a purchase for a month or two, I think you could get this album and be happy with it, only if you have time to settle down and feel the actual dynamics of the gameplay. So this is what I think. It's a game that I very much recommend for anyone who has a Saturn machine at home, and we're hoping you're having a good morning here. So I've been browsing around trying to find very unique presentations of the Beatles albums on Capitol is that because I've found some of them as single disc releases and not the box set, and then I have the box set for the Capitol albums and one, and then the volume one, and then there's one release called US album, the US albums, which is all the albums that were unique for the for the time period. So I'm not really sure about this because I try to get things where I don't have to I can't handle different currencies anymore because I don't have I don't have a Mastercard anymore. So a Mastercard is I mean it can do internet payments but not transactions via PayPal because that's an extra fee. So I'm trying to avoid impulse buying. So that, but then again, if I could find the US albums box set, which is newer, but it looks like the mixes are different. I haven't really understood all the information. Maybe it's they have released only them package wise, so the extra reverb and echo is not really there. I'm not so sure. I don't know, and therefore it's actual dynamic push of that sound of the albums that I'm interested in. So if it's not offered in the US albums box, I don't know how to get uh, Capitol albums volume 2 in a what do you call it, Swedish store that can offer this that is not buy now criteria. I need to have an actual invoice to pay, but I'm not so sure. I don't know what to do. This is what I've been thinking about this morning, and then I've been feeling bad for so long. I've been sleeping a lot these days. Haven't really been up to much, but this is what I'm gonna look for. Get some extra time and And really, I mean, I think it would be same for you. When you try to learn to handle a game, you should not be under stress. I felt in some way that the 10 minute countdown was a bit stressful. But I like the gaming idea, and I would like to know this game a whole lot more. If I could manage 2 levels in 1 or 2 rounds, maybe I should try again to advance a bit more. This is what I'm going to do, and I don't understand the criticism. There is different things about turning, but I like the slower tempo of not having to risk your life, and I mean every move you can take it easy. Pretty straightforward gaming, and there's still dynamics where you can turn um, the camera angles, which is it's a good idea. I like it much more than I like it much more than many other games I've tried on PlayStation, um, like Gex 3D. I like this much more because it's easier to get along with, and I don't, and I have never been that much for N64 because of the Wii the Wii yeah, the Wii joystick. You have to toggle around like that. Such Wii sticks doesn't really work for my hands. It's better where you can have a complete grip, and then you have a direction button where you can take out the movement. You move and really use the actual everything you got to make the move, not just not it down to 1 or 2 fingers. It's very much so. Maybe it applies to play well with the 3D controller for those who can handle that, but I'm not so sure. I liked the original controller, and I liked it during the days of when I played Croc a lot also. While while it can be difficult sometimes to flip around and to be more precise in the movement when you attack in Croc, this is not an issue here because you need to stay away from the enemies. But it's got a puzzle dimension, and you need to find your way through it in your own time. Yes, the 10 minutes when you see the time uh, uh, go down like that, second by second, it can be stressful, and it's not like the controlled, confined movement that you have in Sonic World just to pick up things and then hit the jump button again, and then you do not have to be involved at the time. So it's not there all the time. It's not there all the time. But when it comes to this game, it's a little bit more difficult. So I will try to adjust and then understand how to play. But it definitely directly reminded me of Sonic World and Croc, but it's still its own game. It's yeah, I think it would be much better if I spend more time with it and learn how to not get stressed out by seeing the clock counting down with no chance to redo it if you run out of time. Because you have to time your jumps very well. If you stand too close to the edge, you can't do anything. And if you run too much and jump too early, um, you don't get anywhere. You should just fall down and you have to find your way back home. This is what happened to me when I played Burning Ranges as well. So it's not the only game where I have felt this happening before, but it's just like I can't go on when I don't know the playing dynamics so much yet. So I will look into getting back to this game later today or some other day, maybe tomorrow, because I have many things I want to do gaming related. So I want to be up and up and going in a good mode and in a good mode and to be able to concentrate when playing. So maybe I will play some other game that's easier to get into to start with, because yeah, that's what I do. Anyway, this was everything for today. So for now anyway. So take care and everything.